Salam everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we are diving into the topic that is hotter than Persian summer, the Iran-Israel conflict. Buckle up because we are going on a wild ride through history, politics, and a little bit of humor. Let's get started. First, let's rewind the clock. Once upon a time, Iran and Israel weren't always at each other's throat. In fact, they were quite chummy during Pahlavi dynasty. But then came 1917, the Iranian Revolution, and things got, let's say, complicated.
Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, Persia's last emperor, was a key figure in world politics in the second half of the 20th century. His fiercest opponent, Ruhollah Mousavi Khomeini. The Ayatollah becomes the bearer of hope for all those who are against the Shah. In 1979, a revolution topples Iranian ruler Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, and with that, a monarchy of more than 2,500 years.
The new Iranian government decided that Israel was no longer their bestie. Why? Because they saw Israel as an extension of Western influence in the Middle East. And we all know how much Iran loves Western influence. About as much as a cat loves a bath. Fast forward to the 1990s, and the hostility between Iran and Israel was kicked into a higher gear. Iran started supporting groups like Hezbollah and Hamas, who were not exactly sending Israel love letters, more like explosive letters.
Beirut, summer 96. Hezbollah celebrates the funeral of 150 of its fighters, 150 bodies returned by Israel in exchange for those of 2 Israeli soldiers killed in southern Lebanon. An unbalanced exchange, just like the war that has been raging since 1984 between the Jewish state and the Party of God on the 850 square kilometers occupied by Israel within the Lebanese border. On one side, one of the best equipped armies in the world. On the other side, 3,000 regular fighters, 25,000 mobilized, armed with their religious faith, Kalashnikov and rocket launchers, sometimes homemade. At the head of Hezbollah, a 35-year-old man, father of 5 children, Sheikh Hassan Nasrallah.
The Israeli enemy failed to defeat us, or even undermine our political or military institutions. Israel has also failed to create a rift between us and the population. On the contrary, everyone today agrees to say that we have grown in popularity.
Meanwhile, Israel wasn't just sitting around. They were busy with their own covert operations, like a spy thriller, but with more hummus. Assassinations, cyber attack, you name it. It's like a never-ending game of who can annoy the other more.
Did you see this tear gas canister? It shot directly. It shot directly. Now it's empty. طلع شوي براحتك شوي.
Today, a Chinese journalist gets hit in the knee.
It's shot in his knee directly.
Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Iran's nuclear program. Iran says it's for peaceful reasons, like generating electricity, but Israel, they think Iran up to something more sinister, like building a giant laser to take over the world. Just kidding. Or am I? So, why can't these two just get along? Well, it's a mix of historical grievances, regional power struggle, and a dash of good old-fashioned mistrust. Think of it like a really bad breakup where both sides keep stalking each other on social media. But here's the kicker. If we dig into the history, we'll figure out that Palestinian people were here long before the Israeli people pops up here. The only reason that they're here because they have got American guys on their back and they could get the lands by force.
Do what they should have done, so I was able to do it, and I think Israel. We are very close on trade deals. We are very, very close on military and terrorism and all of the things that we have to work together on. So the relationship has never been better, and Mr. Prime Minister, Mrs. Netanyahu, it's a great honor to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, what does it do to Iran? Good question. First, let's see why Iranian guys are trying to help Palestine. In the religion of Islam, in their holy book, it says that every singular Muslim should help the oppressed Muslim. Now we can see why the society of Arab world is trying to free Palestine. But here's the deal. Iran has oil. And you know what will happen if you don't let our knock-knock guy to use your oil. So, yeah. The whole conflict in the Middle East is because our dear US wants to bully Iran. That's all. Now, let's come back to Palestine. The struggle of the fighters of Palestine and Lebanon have been able to push back Zionist regime to the position that it was 70 years ago. And Iran here is going to rise up. Well, Iran operated two main missiles attack toward Israel for the support of Palestinian people, named Wadi Sadaq 1 and 2, which it got really viral on social media. You know why Iran attacked Israel? Well, it was started by Israel. He sent that kind of explosive quartz to the embassy of Iran in Syria and martyred many of Iranian commanders. Iran made a response to the Israeli bases and named it Wadi Sadaq 1.
في شبكة في شبكة اسمع يا ولد جمر جمر لا اله الا الله لا اله الا الله ما تلبيه يا ريت يا ريت
يا كلن على المطار اقسم بالله يا ابو مكثرهن يا ابو المطار طبطبوا طبطبوا واو 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 اكونوا في النباتين من يومين خليك كفاك انت خذكوت المطر راح يا ولاد راح ايمالي ذو لما ميكلات المطر راح يا رب المطر راح ده مطار بدخل يا ولاد لا
لا
تحية للجمهورية الإسلامية الإيرانية والرد الإيراني الله أكبر الموت للنساء الموت للحين الناس الإسلام.
But if you think it will stop here, you are wrong. Israel martyred Ismail Haniyeh in the middle of Tehran. You know Ismail Haniyeh, right? The former Secretary General of Hamas. Yeah, it was a really nasty move. But Iran attacked Israel by missiles and turned its military bases into ashes. So, yeah, the game of politics is very complicated. We need to dig into their intentions ASAP. Until then, we'll keep watching this geographical soup opera unfold. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Bye.